Hello guys, Robot1 here, and I'm back. Yes, my laptop is now fixed, and my hair looks like a piece of shit, but my laptop's now fixed. I now have everything back in order. I can make videos again, which I'm very happy about, and I've even decorated the back a bit, put some of my old box lids on there, the new mats, and my LLDS invite thing from last year, which you can't get anymore, so I'm happy I got it when I did, because Konami kind of took that away from most people. But yeah guys, I'm back. My laptop is now fixed. I can make videos for you guys, and I'm very happy about that, because it means I am able to make the ban list prediction video for September, which is something that I always like to do, because ban list prediction videos are always so good to make. Because it's like you're giving your input on the future of the game, what could possibly hit, what could Konami could do to the game, and giving your opinions on why these sort of cards need to be hit or need to come off the list, or just giving your reasons behind it. Because I always love doing this sort of video. So yeah, guys. So for the first video of me being back, we've got the September ban list prediction video back, and I am very happy about that. And yes, there's salt over there. Deal with it. I don't care. I like my salt. I don't play League of Legends, but I gotta have my salt on those chips, especially when I'm losing at Yu-Gi-Oh. But yeah, guys. Also, before we start off this video, you may not get as many videos as you did before. I will aim for the 3 a week, but currently I'm looking for a good duel server, such as Death Pro or Yu-Gi-Oh Pro, that has links currently, so I can make some duel videos for you guys. So if I can't find that, don't worry. I'm still going to make videos. I'm still going to aim for those 3 a week, but it's just going to be a little harder for me, because of I did like to do at least 1 duel video a week to kind of even it out, because those were more of like an easier video for me to do. But yeah, guys, seeing as we have talked enough, let's get straight into this video about the ban list prediction. So let's start off with what I think is going to be banned right away. What I think is going to be banned. Well, the first card that I think is going to be banned, which should be pretty obvious to a lot of you guys, is Zodiac Broadball. Now, why Zodiac Broadball? Well, Zodiac Broadball is one of the key searches to the Zodiac engine. And going into the link format, I believe Zodiac are going to be destroyed. They're going to be decimated. Because even in the link format, thanks to a card called Mrs. Radiant, Zodiac is still going to be a very powerful deck, and knowing this, I believe Konami will realize their mistake and their errors, and they will ban Broadball, just so they can stop the searchability of the deck, so they can stop the power play of the deck. Like literally, in every Zodiac combo, you're going to go into a Broadball at some point. And by hitting the Broadball, you are hitting the main combo of the deck. So Zodiac Broadball being banned does make sense to me, and I believe they will ban it just because of those reasons. Next, I think they will also ban Zodiac Trident. Why Zodiac Trident? It's kind of obvious why, and my hair just does not want to stay up. It's kind of obvious why they're going to ban Zodiac Trident. Let's be honest here, guys. Zodiac Trident is one of the most broken Zodiac cards in the game, being that it is able to pop a card during either player's turn and just being able to disrupt many combos. You can also protect this with a Hammer Kong. You can still do that today as well. You can still make a Trident Hammer Kong in the same turn, thanks to Zodiac Leica. So that's not even gone, and with looking at Trident, it does make sense that they would ban Trident as well if they want to decimate the engine. This doesn't mean the engine will die per se. I think it will just become a sub-engine to make Mrs. Radiant, to open up 2 link zones. But currently, I do think Zodiac Trident and Broadball will be banned, because they are the key components to the Zodiac engine. Being that one interrupts plays during your opponent's turn, and the other one gives you advantage. So Those are really the only two cards I think that will be banned, Zodiac Trident and Zodiac Broadball. I mainly think this because it just makes sense for them to ban these two cards because they are the most powerful XCs in the deck. And even in the OCG they banned Trident and the deck still survived for a very long time until they banned Broadball. So yeah, I just do think that Zodiac, Broadball, and Trident will be the only cards banned on this list. I can't really see if there's any other cards getting banned, but that does just make sense in my opinion. So, yeah. Banned, Zodiac, Broadball, Zodiac, Trident. Let's go on to the limiteds. So the first card that I think is going to get limited, it's kind of an obvious card because of it's a very, very powerful card, and that is Gofu. Blackwing Gofu, Shadow of the something. Now, why is Gofu on this list? Well, when you think Gofu, you think Gofu is one of the most powerful Link support cards there ever was. Being able to just make a free Decode Talker, say making currently 2 Link Spiders and then going straight into a Decode Talker, and soon to be 1 Proxy Dragon and straight into a Decode Talker. And just being able to do that is pretty insane when you think about it. Because it's a very free advantage. It gives you free monsters for free Link materials. You can make a free Gaia Saber with it as well. I know Gaia Saber isn't as relevant as Decode Talker, but it is free. You could use it to pretty much go into a free Firewall Dragon if you wanted to. Like, you would just need to normal summon an additional monster. You could also use it to go into a Tropological Bomber Dragon by using 2 Link material, by using a Proxy Dragon or 2 Link Spiders with a normal summon. There's just a lot of advantage that you can actually gain from this sort of play, and it does make sense for them to limit Gofu, being it's such a powerful Link support card. So hitting Gofu does make sense. It would be one of the most potential cards to get hit in this Link format. Being it just so powerful and being it so generic for every deck in the game, I could just easily see them hitting it. And even if they do, we'll still have stuff like Scapegoat around too, which is a bit slower than Gofu, I know, but it will still be able to gain advantage from it. So it'll be alright, even if they hit Gofu to 1. I could still see Gofu being run in decks, even if it's at 1, just because of how free it can actually be. So yeah, Gofu to 1, that does make sense in my head. Next is Zodiac Rat Pit to 1. I feel like they're going to hit Zodiac Rat Pit to 1 as well, because if they're going to hit all of the Zodiac engine, then I could see them hitting Rat Pier, because it just would make a lot of sense to hit Rat Pier, because Rat Pier is is a free monster. Just like Gofu, it can generate free advantage. You can mill the Ram to the graveyard if you normal summon it. And being at 1, it takes away its advantage effect, and it really does hinder the deck a lot. Because it means that the deck is more reliant on the Zodiac Leica play, where they have to just summon 2 monsters that make Mrs. Radiant. So it would really just make the engine more suited to that. Now, I'm not saying that people won't run the run 1 Rat Pier, because if I'm going to run a Zodiac engine, I would probably run a Whiptail, a Rat Pier, and a Ram. Just for the fact that I can normal summon the Rat Pier can send the Ram to grave, and the Ram can then be summoned by Leica, and then if I have the Whiptail, I can attach the Whiptail to a Leica, which makes a lot of sense when you think about it. But looking at it as a whole, that's pretty much what I could see happening. So yeah, Zodiac Rat Pit to 1 does make sense because it just generates a lot of advantage for the deck. Being able to mill a Zodiac Ram if you normal summon it, being able to summon another copy of itself from the deck. This is really how you kill the Rat Pier engine in the deck. So I could really see Rat Pier going to 0, or well, I could see it going to 1, not 0, because if going to 0 is a bit extreme, because it's basically just a Lavarval chain for Zodiacs, which doesn't really need to be put to 1. And sorry if I've got the sniff, I'm sniffing a lot. I've had a cold for the past week, and I'm just getting over it. I've just got rid of the cough, or I still got the cough, but nose doesn't want to stop sniffling. Okay, so the next card on the list is True Draco Masterpiece. Now, why is Masterpiece on the list? It's kind of obvious when you think about it. Masterpiece being one of the key components to the deck, being so powerful enough to be able to just destroy any card on the field, be immune to either monster, spell, or traps, any two of those three. And it just really doesn't make sense for them to limit it to one, because of it being a very powerful card, being a very good card. Plus, the true Dracos need to be hit to a very big degree if we're ever going to see a truly balanced format. Because this deck is currently the best deck in the Link era. By far, just for the fact that it can generate so much advantage, being able to draw like 20 cards, summon card, just tribute summon for free, multiple tribute summons per turn as well because there's spell cards, having Dragonic Diagram to just search out where anything they want, and then the main monsters having the ability to just set their traps, add their traps to hand, or activate them straight from deck, or the spells, or even Majesty. The Majesty Maiden, or whatever her name is, to be able to then add the Masterpiece if you've demised. Like, it does make sense for them to actually hit Masterpiece to 1, just to limit their resources to a point where they can't really go as powerful as they once were. Because the deck is a very powerful deck, so I can actually see them hitting it to a very big degree. So yeah. I think Masterpiece could go to 1 as well, purely because they do need to hit the deck to a very big degree to be able to limit their resources. Okay, so next for some stuff that I think that are going to come off the list. This is just the monsters that I think are coming off the list. 1, Construct. Doesn't need to be on the list. We're in the Link era now. Construct should have came back at the end of on the last list for those Shadow players who just wanted to have fun with their deck one last time. I could easily see Construct coming back to 1 very easily. It makes no sense for them not to bring it back to 1, so Construct to 1 makes sense. Then Exciton. Just got a reprint in Battle of Legends. We're in the Link format. It's a very fair card, being able to, well, it's a fair card in the name of it can bring you back from the game, which is something I've always liked about the card. Your opponent has much more resources than you, and you probably can't come back from that. But then you draw a way to come back, and because of that comeback, you are able to then change the game, make it more interesting, which I've always enjoyed about Yu-Gi-Oh! Just being able to change the game state by a draw, like. I've even won games because of a special draw. Like on my locals, I'm called Rob Geki for Christ's sake, because somehow I always top deck Raigeki at the right time whenever I need it. So I don't stack. I swear to God, I don't stack. But somehow I always top deck the Raigeki. My opponent cuts the deck. My opponent shuffles the deck. No matter what, I'm top decking the Raigeki. It just happens a lot, and I can't really say anything about it because it happens. I don't know, like, Raigeki loves me, I guess. Thank you, Yugi gods, for always bestowing me Raigeki. But yeah, Exciton being a card, we just went off that topic, didn't we? Exciton just being a very deep balanced card, being able to bring back games, being able to help you when you're in dire situations, especially in an unfair matchup. It's a very fair card, and all of the cost for your 1 extra monster zone is pretty fair. Because you're not really going to want to summon it when you've got like a Link monster on board or some other cards on board. You're going to want to summon it when your board is pretty empty and your opponent has a decently big board. So yeah, Exciton to 1 makes sense. It got reprinted. It should come back. Next, for some spells, I believe that Dragonic Diagram, that's going to go straight to 1. It's the same as Masterpiece. They need to hit the deck to make it a fair engine / deck for the format. It makes sense for them to hit it just because it will bring fairness into the game, being able to limit their resources, being able to stop them from being able to play them massively. Plus, they're going to even be playing a new engine with the Blue Boys and the Spellbooks of Secrets and the Knowledges, because the deck has knowledge now. So yeah, I could easily see Diagram going to 1 with Masterpiece just because of it. Just because the deck is going to get more searchability along as it goes, and they do need to hit the deck to a very good degree to make it a fair and balanced deck this format. Next, Zodiac Barrage. I don't think that anyone would be surprised with Zodiac Barrage going to 1. Just like with Broad Ball being banned, Trident being banned, Grap to 1. Barrage would need to be hit to at least 1 as well to actually kill the engine to a very good degree. Looking at Barrage as a card, it just gives you so much free advantage from one play. And because of that one play, it can give you amazing cut pluses. It can give you... I think when Barrage first came out, I believe it was a plus... The one card was like a +3 because of the 2 rats and everything else. So Zodiac Barrage going to 1, it would make sense. It would limit the card. Plus we're getting the Megatin soon as well, so it makes more sense for them to even hit it there. And it would really just make sense for the Zodiacs just to be completely annihilated of their main key components to make them so broken. So Zodiac Barrage to 1, it would make sense as well. Next, Terraforming. Terraforming to 1 as well. I could easily see this going down the road of Rota. Going to 1 purely because we have that new trap card that basically does the same thing but activates it straight from deck. We also have set rotation, which basically gives your opponent a field spell as well, but it's balanced. So we've basically got 2 cards that allow us to activate field spells from deck already. And with Terraforming being so powerful as it is, just being able to give you a lot of free advantage from that, I could easily see Terraforming going to 1 through those sorts of means and necessities in general, because it just would make a lot of sense for this card to get limited with set rotation and that new trap card that's coming out that allows you to activate a field spell directly from deck. Plus it will indirectly hit the true Draco matchup as well, because that means that if they want to get their diagram more easier, they're going to have to run more field spells. They're probably going to have to run, say, 4 field spells and 3 set rotation, just so they can gain the advantage back that they lost. So Terraforming to 1 makes sense. Plus, as I said, set rotation and that new trap card, they definitely need to hit Terraforming if those cards are coming out, because that means field spells are still going to be the most powerful resource in the game. But yeah, Terraforming to 1 does make sense in my opinion. Next, coming off the ban list, I think we'll go to 1, Wavering Eyes. Now hear me out, guys, hear me out. Don't pick up your pitchforks yet. Don't pick up your pitchforks yet. Now, Wavering Eyes to 1. I've been thinking about this a lot, and I'm thinking they won't put it back to 2. They won't put it back to 3 yet. They'll test out the waters at 1. Now, the reason for this is that we are in the link format now. Pendulums are severely hit in this format. We've lost 2 spell and trap card zones. We've lost the ability to pendulum summon 5 from the extra deck. We've just lost so much from the Link era, and we've just lost the advantage. But there are still Pendulum decks that are able to play, mainly just the Magicians, which I'm playing currently. You expect a deck profile of that soon. But we're looking at that, looking at all the stuff that they've done in the Link format. I could see them bringing back Wavering Eyes to 1 to be able to give Pendulums just a bit more of an oomph with their stats, because if they give this back to Magicians, it will give them a bit more power as well, being able to, and they did release Pendulum Domination not too long ago, giving them all their support. This could bring up some sales for the stores that got really pissed off by Pendulum Evolution. It could bring up the sales of that to boost Pendulum decks a bit more. Wavering Eyes will also give you back the ability to search more Pendulums for free. It will give you the ability to pop your own scales when you don't need them. It will help you out a lot. Plus, it will give you that 500 burn. It's alright. So Wavering Eyes to 1, I can believe they bring it back to 1 just to test out the waters, to give some Pendulum players a bit more hope after destroying us, Konami. But yeah, I could seriously see Wavering Eyes coming back to 1 just because to test the waters and just to give Pendulum players back something. Just to give them back something. And the last card I think that will be limited is Monster Reborn. Now, why do I think Monster Reborn will come back to 1? Now, I think Monster Reborn will come back to 1. It's basically just the idea of it's been on the list for so long. And it's one of those cards that used to just come on and off, on and off, on and off. And now that we've entered like the link format, I could actually see them being like, Monster Reborn, you've been on the list for a while now, you're free, go be at 1. And it's just like, it's one of those cards, like, it's something like Heavy Storm. I don't think they'll bring back Heavy Storm though, because we just got Heavy Storm Duster, Harpy's Feather Duster. I don't think they'll bring back that because the back rows not really going to be too heavy. But Monster Reborn, I could see them honestly bringing that back just to support sort of like link decks and stuff, just have some fun decks. I could see them bringing it back, plus it would be a staple again, and Monster Reborn has always been a fun card to have. So I could see Monster Reborn coming back to 1, just because Konami were like, okay, we brought in this new format, it's basically like the old formats before Pendulums. We could bring this back for a format, test the waters with it, see what happens. Because Monster Reborn, it's one of those cards that it can come off the list. It's not absurdly broken. Just summon one monster from the graveyard. It's not that broken, so I could easily see it coming back. But yeah, that's for all the limited cards. Let's go on to the semi-limited cards. Now, I don't think there's a lot of semi-limited cards that are going to come back, but just listen to me. First one is Ignista. Again, don't pick up the pitchforks. Ignista can come back to 2. With the obviously, with how Link format has done Pendulums, Ignista could easily come back to 2. It's not as busted as it was before. Only being really usable in a Pendulum deck. Seeing as you got to destroy a pendulum to use it, I could easily see this card coming back to 1, and it's just free. It's like, it's not even busted anymore. Like, sure, it can shuffle away anything by non-targeting, but you need a pendulum to do it. So I could easily see Ignista coming back to 1, coming back to 2, just because like Link format has destroyed pendulums in general, and it just means that nothing really big's going to come with it. So yeah, Ignista to 2, very simple, very basic. I could see this happening entirely. Next, Card of Demise to 2 as well. Same thing with all the Dragonic diagrams, terraformings and stuff. Indirect hit to True Dracos. Card is very busted, being able to give you free advantage in any deck that doesn't plays a ton of back row, doesn't need a hand. Card of Demise could easily go to 2, just being as it is a draw advantage card, and it does help a lot. And looking at the past with stuff like Graceful Charity, Pot of Greed, this card being so free as it is, it should be hit to some degree. So Card of Demise to 2, it would make sense. Next, Solemn Strike to 2 as well. We've got multiple reprints incoming from the Special Edition, a starter deck. We've got a lot of reprints coming for Solemn Strike, so it would make sense for Solemn Strike to be hit to 1. Well, I'm sorry, to be hit to 2. Just because it will probably go down the same path as the other Solemns, from going to 3 to 2 to 1. But on this list, I believe it will go to 2. I've said in other lists it will go to 2. It will definitely at some point just go from 2 to 1. But right now, I believe Solemn Strike will go to 2 purely because it's getting multiple reprints now, so they will definitely want to hit it to 2. But they wouldn't obviously hit it to 1 because of the reprints. People want to buy it. They want them to buy it. Now for the unlimited cards, very few unlimited cards for me. Just 2. The first one being Luster Pendulum. Again, don't pick up your pitchforks, people. Don't you dare. Put them down. Leave them there. Don't get the fire either. You can leave that in the... Put out that fire. Put out that fire now. I don't want to see you burning shit. You pyromaniacs. No. Luster Pendulum can come back to 1. I mean to 3. It's Link format now. Calm down. Calm down. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I'm just joking. But yeah, Luster Pendulum can easily come back to 3. It being Pendulums again. Pendulums are weak as fuck now. They don't need everything on the list anymore. So Luster Pendulum, and it's not like I'm bringing back Face Off. Face Off can stay bad. It can stay at 1. That card is busted. If they brought that back, then fuck, the Pendulums would be busted as well, and it would mean that the Draco deck would be insane. But yeah, Luster Pendulum to 3, it's very plausible for it to come back to 3, just being the fact that it just searches a pendulum on the cost of another pendulum. and with us losing Pendulum 5 from Nextra, it doesn't matter. We're not going to get that Pendulum 5 anymore, so what's the point? What's the point of it being at 1? Like, this card doesn't need to be at 1 anymore. It can easily go back to 3. With the Link format, Pendulums have pretty much been fucked. Now, I'm not saying Plush Fire can come back. Plush Fire could come back to 1, but Konami wouldn't do that because that'll bring back Pepe. That overly busted deck. Like, bringing back Wavering Eyes and Plush Fire at the same time. No. Pepe would be busted again. But lost the Pendulum to 3. Yeah, I could see that. I could easily see that. Yeah, it just makes sense for it to come back to 3, just being how basic is. With it being able to just the cost is like, it's kind of huge now because you're not going to be able to recycle your extra deck as much as you used to. Being able to Pendulum 5 is now gone from the extra, so yeah. But we can Pendulum something 6 still. 5 from hand, 1 from extra. I try. I can't do it all the time. I've done it like once. I want to die. But yeah, lost the Pendulum to 3, very plausible. And the last card is Witch of the Black Forest to 3. Just recently got its errata in Battle of Legends. It really would make sense just for this card to come back to 3. It really doesn't do anything for the game. I suppose with the links, you could like Pendulum Summon it with a Sadgad, link it into something, get 2 searches. But coming back to 3, it's not going to do much. It's just like a rank 4 toolbox thing for link format. So, yeah, Witch of the Black Forest to 3. It's very plausible. It's very acceptable for it to come back to 3. And it really does, it does make sense for it to come back to 3, let's be honest. Like, it's not going to do much, so. Witch of the Black Forest to 3, you're fine. Oh, we can finally make that Sangan fusion with the Witch of the Black Forest and Sangan. It's Sandwich Man or something, I don't know. Something like that, like a sandwich. I can't remember what it's called, but we can actually now use that legally in the TCG if Witch of the Black Forest comes back. So yeah. Yeah, Witch of the Black Forest to 3, it does make sense. Sangan came back to 3 for Christ's sake, so why can't she? They both got their errata now. But yeah, that's my Banlist prediction, guys, for the September format. Tell me what you think of this Banlist, guys. Tell me if you think I was wrong. Tell me if there's any cards that I missed. Just tell me everything in the comment section below, because of this list I've compiled from like just a bit of knowledge from the link format and what I think should be hit. Like, I'm not perfect, obviously, so I could have missed a few things, and if I do, I'll probably put them in the Konami Fix the Banlist segment on my channel. But yeah, this is my basically Banlist prediction videos for now. It's pretty basic. Like, we've got the Broad Ball, we've got the Zodiac stuff, we've got the True Draco stuff, we've got some interesting stuff in there, as I said, like Wavering Eyes, Monster Reborn, stuff that could actually come back. We've even got Witch of the Black Forest, which can come back easily. So yeah, if I missed anything that you guys think that should be come back, we can discuss it in the comment section below. Always love to have these discussions with you guys. Sorry for the very long video. It is my first video coming back, so just make let's say this is making up for those weeks where I missed like 2 videos. So yeah, all those weeks. But yeah. Tell me what you thought of this video, guys. Give me your opinions. And if you guys have any links to dueling servers such as Yu-Gi-Oh! Pros, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro or Death Pro, that has links currently, link that in the comment section below so I can make some more duel videos for you guys in the link format, because I do want to play my links, guys. I like these blue cards. Like, these blue cards are cool. They're so cool. Like... yeah, plus I've got a Tropological Bomber Dragon and everything I need to play Pendulum Magicians in link format. So yeah, I would like to do some duel videos of that for you guys. But yeah, guys, that's the video. I know it's dragged on for a long time. Sorry. I did put some little jokes in there. I don't know if you laughed. If you did, put down those pitchforks again. Yeah, I'm looking at you. You put them down. And you pyromaniac, drop it in the water. The bucket. The bucket. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, but first video back, guys. I'm back. Decorating my wall. Yay. Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff. One Piece as well, because One Piece is sick. 20 more years. Kill me. But yeah, guys, that's the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos. Press the notification button to be notified of future Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Robert1 signing out. I can't wait for the next format, guys. New ban list and all. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos, and check out the links in the description for the previous video, and the link to my Facebook page where you can see previous videos that I've posted there, and any other information that I may have posted there. I hope to see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.